So today we're going to talk about, we learned how to graph linear equations, but we're going to discuss what happens if it's an inequality, right? Where it's saying that the solutions aren't on the line, the solutions are either above or below. So first, we're just going to graph our line like normal. Okay, so we're starting down here at -3. We're going to rise 1, run 2, just like we've done lots of times before. I felt like that. Oh, hello. There we go. I was like, it looks not straight. Okay, and so now we're going to connect them with a solid line, and I'll explain the difference between solid and dashed in just a second. And it's saying that all of our solutions, right, y, are going to fall underneath this line, right? This line is almost like splitting our coordinate graph in half, and it's saying to shade the half that's underneath because it's less than. So I could pick any point that's underneath this line, like that I just shaded, and it would make this inequality true. Okay, let's look at number 2. Y is less than x plus 1. So I'm starting at 1, rising 1, running 1. Okay, and because it doesn't have the equal to, do you see how up here it had less than or equal to? Up here it's just less than. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to connect it with a dashed line. Okay, not a solid line, but a dashed line. And now it's saying to shade in all the values that are less than this line. So I'm going to shade underneath here. On number 3, okay, this was on your test. It's when it's not solved for y, what do you do? And you solve it for y. So right now it's 3y is less than x. So we're going to solve it for y by dividing everything by 3. So y is less than x over 3, which is just the same thing as 1/3 x, right? It's like if I put a 1 there in front of x, 1 over 3 is 1/3. So I'm starting on the y-intercept of 0. I'm rising 1, running 3, rising 1, running 3, or down 1 over 3, down over. It's going to be a dashed line. Whoops, there we go. And I'm going to shade underneath it because, oh, that should be a y. Y is less than 1/3 x. So I want all the y's that are going underneath my line, right? This little y-intercept splits it into above and below the line. And because it's less, I'm picking below. Okay, let's come up here to number 4. It says the only requirement is that x is bigger than 2. Well, we know that when you have an x, that's a vertical line, right? And then it's saying, well, it can be any point as long as the x value is bigger than 2. All of this has an x value bigger than 2, right? If I picked this point right here, 5, 1, the x is bigger than 2. Right here, 3, 4, the x is bigger than 2, right? I can't pick this one, 0, 3, because the x value is not bigger than 2. All the coordinate pairs that have x values bigger than 2 are over here. Okay, let's talk about number 5. Okay, on 5, I have -2y is greater than or equal to 3x minus 4. I'm going to end up having to divide everything by -2, just like I did last chapter, right? So that gives me -3 over 2x. Negative and negative is +2. But we have to go back to think about what we did in chapter 2. I'm going to flip my inequality sign because I divided by a negative. You only do that if you multiply or divide by a negative. So now it's y is less than or equal to -3 over 2x plus 2. So I start here, down 3 over 2, down 3 over 2, or up 3 over -2, solid line. And it's saying y is less than. So again, this is my y-intercept above and below the line. Because it's less than, I'm going to shade below. And then number 6, the only requirement is that y has to be less than or equal to 2. This is where y is 2, right? -3, 2, 0, 2, 6, 2. And it's saying that I want all the values that are less than y.